Hi everyone, it's Carol from Crinkle Path Journals, and I thought I would do a look back for sort of a show and tell. Remember when you used to do that in elementary school? You would bring something into class and get to tell about why it was special. Well, I thought my show and tell for today would be showing you my first two junk journals. If you watched my video, What's in a Name, where I explained how I got the name for my channel, if you didn't watch that, I will link it below, but I also want to encourage you to look for that. I don't know that it actually made it much as a hashtag, but if you search for What's in a Name tag, you should find creators' videos who share why they got the names for their channel. And that was hosted by Paper Confessions with Karamia and BB's Closet Creations. But in that video, I explained how I progressed from doing Bible journaling to doing junk journaling and memory keeping, and how that came out of a positive healing experience. So, when I was teaching Bible journaling, one of my Bible journaling ladies was very much into YouTube videos about junk journaling, and this was in 2016. And in January of 2017, we went on a retreat weekend. It was maybe about a dozen ladies, and my friend in the group brought things so that everybody at the retreat could make a little mini junk journal. I made this one here, and I never wrote in it. I just saved it. And I have a video where later in March, we went ahead and taught everybody in the class that I was teaching how to make these little mini junk journals. I have a video that I will insert of that class from March of 2017 so that you can get a glimpse of what we did in the class. And then I'll come back and I will show you this, which was my second junk journal I ever made. Hi, Bible Art Journalers. Darshan was so kind to bring supplies and teach us how to make junk journals at this March Bible Art Journaling Collaborative meetup. So I'm just showing you the variety of papers that she had brought so that we could make our junk journals. And these junk journals can be made out of junk, scrap paper. It can be made out of old ledgers, old envelopes, old paper bags. She's done some coffee staining on some of these. This is just how we're putting the pages together. There's some scrapbook paper here, and you just fold the pieces and stack them on top of each other with the fold in the center. She uses them for a variety of things, and really you could use these for any kind of journaling, but she suggested for our group maybe a prayer journal or doing some of our scripture journaling in one of these books. So you can see some of the pages that are longer, she had us fold them to make fold out pages. So as long as they're all sort of stacking on top of each other with the fold in the center, I didn't show you all the folding part. I think you can probably figure that out just fine. This is a glycine bag, and we cut the bottom off the bag so that it opens on both sides to make a little pouch to slide things in. Once you have all your pages, you just want to make sure they're all facing right side up for the book, and then you can see how it's going to fold when it closes. So to attach the pages together, align them the way you want them, and then using an awl or a large needle, you just want to punch a hole directly in the center of the fold and then on either side. So here Misha is showing you. We used embroidery thread for our binding. You're going to want to measure at least 3 widths of the back of the junk journal just to make sure you have enough. to do the binding and tie a bow. Whichever side you want the bow on, either in the center or on the outside of the binding, that's where you'll want to start from. So here's Hannah, and she started threading from the outside in, so her bow will end up being on the outside. So you're going to come through the center hole, then you're going to go to the hole to one side, then you're going to go all the way across to the other side. Mom's helping out a little here. This was really fun to get everybody involved in making the tutorial. So here we go, right through that bottom one, and then she's going to go right back through the center hole, pulling all the string tight. Got it tight, and right back through that center hole. So she left a little tail when she started, so now with both the beginning piece that she left hanging out and the rest of her thread that's left, she's just going to tie a bow on the outside of our journal. And like I said, if you'd rather have the bow on the inside, then you would thread the needle from the inside first through that center hole. Darshan also brought us some really cute little pieces of ephemera, some postcards and some tickets and some journal cards and just some cute note paper. And really you could use anything for this as well. And she had these envelopes printed that we cut out, and we're going to fold it so that it becomes our little envelope, and then we'll glue the edges together, and we can put some of our journaling, maybe that's more private, inside of our little envelopes. Cindy put that together in no time. And we can just tuck that right inside one of our folds or inside of one of our pockets in our journal. The cover for our journal today was made out of a thin paper bag. I'm now cutting the side of the bag, but it's actually the top of my journal so that I can have a little top pocket. And I'll just slide one of the journaling cards in there. We're just going to take our little note papers and journal cards, and we can tuck them into some of the other pockets in the book. I was doing a little tricky one-handed work here holding the camera. She found these cute vintage pictures for us to put on our covers as well. So with a smaller fold, I went ahead and just ran some washi tape down the page, and you could choose to go right against the edge of the opening there, or you could go in the middle like I did. And I just taping around the edges to kind of give that flap, convert it into a little pocket. So I'll slide my postcard in there to hold that. And my envelope fell out again, so that went back in. Here, Darshan is showing how she took just a little ripped piece of some hymnal music and she glued along the sides and the bottom, and she made herself a little pocket. Then she showed us with another piece of hymnal paper that you can rip a triangle and you can use it as a little tuck corner by just gluing two edges. You can affix it into the corner, and then you can tuck your little ephemera pieces in there as well. So here's a couple of the finished covers. You can obviously add anything to embellish. At the end, I asked each of the ladies to show their books. So here's Darshan's. And I love how each of them added their own pieces, ribbon clip, washi tape, or stamps. This is Denise's book. This is Misha's. And Jennifer's. Lots of goodies to tuck into those pockets. Some stickers, and she even just went ahead and glued down one of her journaling cards. This is Hannah's book with lots of great stamps, and used one of her pockets there for putting her little note card in, and then she did a little different cover. Here's Luann's. Lots of stamps. Here's Susan's book. She made a pocket out of her hymnal paper. Some more stickers. A little die cut. Some stamps. Fun how you can make them individually your own. This is Cindy's. She came up with this tri-fold pocket. This was such an enjoyable project today. Everybody really got into making it their own. I wanted to show you this junk journal that I had made for my daughters for Valentine's Day. And just so that you know, you can use other things. Here I used some scrapbook paper, some map paper, some dictionary paper, some little journaling cards, and also some vellum that was printed with pretty prints. And I used that vellum to make those little pockets on the bottom, and then some paper doilies here as well. So really, any paper you have would work. For this junk journal, I used a blank greeting card as my cover. I really hope you'll give this a try. Everyone really loved making these little journals, and they are the kind of thing you can tuck in your purse to take notes on, make a shopping list on, put your prayer reminders on, do some scripture journaling in, and it's just really a fun, quick way to get introduced to making a junk journal. Then I had a friend who is very crafty who gave me a bunch of her old cardstock and scrapbooking supplies. One of the things she gave me was this binder, which had, I believe, close to my heart, project pages in it. Yes, close to my heart, it says right here. I'm going to pull this up a little bit so you can see the whole book. And then she also gave me a bunch of scrapbook paper, and I went through it and decided I would make a journal to someday put my memories about our little farm in, and I've never completed it. I got that far and then kind of laid it aside until the Bible journaling group ended in November of 2020. I started doing junk journaling more and got some commissions, and we just went on from there, and this has been sitting in a bag unattended, and I love all the papers in this. They're very farm centric, and I recently had my last Tuesday morning haul and got these little chipboard things that I wanted to go ahead and put on the cover. I thought, well, I might as well show you what my old junk journal looks like. All I did for this was picked papers, kind of random sizes, some book pages. I pulled apart a little golden book. I started just looking at the paper she gave me, sort of coordinated papers and stacked them up. It didn't really matter if they were different sizes or not. And then I made a template for the punch, and I hand punched all the papers, and I did tuck a few extra things in here, and it was basically a way for me to take the paper she gave me and clean out some of my old papers and book pages that I had pulled out for junk journaling, and it came together quite nicely. And now I think I need to start actually earnestly journaling in it. I have a star map, I have plant books, landscaping, some 1970s furniture building and outdoor scape building, and then a lot of scrapbook paper, cardstock, some ledger paper, and then the index cards that were originally in this book of project ideas for Close to My Heart. The book cover. Here's another book that I left pretty much in entirety. I guess I glued those two pages together, make them sturdy here. But I kind of liked all the animals together, and that's what I thought I would do. Oh, this is a little waterfall junk mail envelope. Maybe I thought I was going to put that on here somewhere, but I thought I would take the tabs and I would sort of divide up the things from the farm, like the animals, the things we planted, different activities we've had here on the farm over the years, and that would be what I would use these tabs for. And then I wouldn't have to necessarily journal in chronological order in order to get my memories in here. So I'll just finish flipping through this really quick. So I'm curious, would you join my show and tell if you make a video or have a video of your first junk journal and you want to link that video in the comments below? I would really appreciate it, because I would love to see your first junk journal. So junk mail envelope. The other thing you could do is do your own video and link it in my comments, but tag me in your description box so that I know that you saw my video and decided to make one to share as well. I just really love to see that and would appreciate it so much. We're getting kind of to the end. I've got a little pocket that I made out of some scrapbooking paper and a little tuck spot. That's about as fancy of a thing as I made for this. I've got a bingo card with a little flip area. It's a little tight, like I may need to take some pages out because they just fit in these rings. Then I have this little pouch with a bunch of things that I thought would be good to use in here. And now that I have those farm papers that I got at Tuesday morning, I will probably go ahead and put those kind of here at the back. Some little postcard index cards. Oh, I love this. Mom of Daughters. Little CD. Dachshund. We had dachshunds. got a chicken. Looks like it was the inside of a stencil, like a kid's stencil, and I put it upside down, apparently, on this. I'm not sure why it went on upside down, but that's fun. All right. I hope you'll join in the show and tell and tag me or put your previously made video in the comments below. And I will talk to you in the comments on your videos that you share and in the next video I make. Thanks. Bye-bye.